2007, 1st Army Division East has mobilized, trained, and deployed over 177,000 soldiers, airmen, and sailors, and other professionals from the Department of State and Department of Agriculture in support of contingency operations. We constantly train for combat. I'm Major General Kevin R. Wendell, Commanding General of the 1st Army Division East. Division East is a multi-component organization comprised of active duty, Army Reserve, National Guard, and Department of the Army civilians dedicated to mobilizing, training, certifying, and demobilizing forces for overseas contingency deployments.
I feel very blessed to be able to be the commander of this unit because most of my OCTs have at least a minimum of 5 to 7 years of combat experience. They've been there, done that, they've walked the walk, they've talked the talk, they can do the things that they're teaching. They're not just opening up a book and just reading about it, they're actually going from live experience, personal experience, from what they have trained. Now they're able to take all that experience that they have to come back to train younger soldiers and younger airmen, younger Marines, younger Coast Guardsmen, and younger sailors on how to actually go to combat and survive and come back and be able to tell someone else and train someone else so they can go and survive and come back as well.
My experience with convoys, it definitely, I feel, makes me more of a thorough instructor, I guess you could say. I could speak from background experiences. Thankfully, I never had a rollover, which is what we're teaching now. Our mission here is train mobilized units heading over to Afghanistan, Iraq, or Kuwait. I think it's great if you have the opportunity to get with the 1st Army. It's definitely a very fulfilling job to get, training, and definitely rewarding. Just seeing some of the differences from when we first get these training units to when we're done with them. The confidence level that's built up once they get in some of these vehicles or hands-on with some of this equipment. When we give them the training, they start from being very nervous to being very confident by the time we get done with them.
Go ahead, Delta 4. Are we behind you? Yeah. Delta 1, there's Delta 4, we'll take fire back here.
Doing a convoy and like Humvee scenario. We had our gunner, we had our TC, and our driver. We were driving around and we came across different IEDs and call in a 9-line and get EOD out there to destroy the IEDs. And we also came across contact, came across fire and indirect fire, and we just played the scenario and had to go through the different aspects. I think we did pretty good.
We train U.S. Army Reserve and U.S. Army National Guardsmen before they deploy, and we train active duty Air Force, Navy, and Coast Guard before they deploy. Yeah, we're purple, one team, one fight, no doubt about it. For some people in the Army, this is the first time they've experienced a joint environment, but here we are on a joint base, Army training, even Coast Guard, which is, it's my first time to really work with the Coast Guard in my career, and it's enjoyable. You get to learn from them, and they learn from us.
Training I received today was outstanding. All the sergeants here put forth a great effort, all very energetic, and did their best to explain to everyone exactly what we needed to know. And I think it got us one step further in our training and getting ready for our deployment overseas. Training, I wasn't exactly sure what to expect. I only received 2 weeks notice from the time in which I was going to get it, so I couldn't research it too much. But from day one when I got here, I was doing things I never imagined I would do as part of the United States Air Force. And the Army had me getting out there, getting on the ground, getting my face dirty. And so far I've loved every minute of it, and they're doing a great job of training us. So as far as having high expectations for combat skills training, I would say so far it's meeting the mark.
Our mission is to train America's military servicemen and women for the demanding challenges for overseas deployment and return them home safely. First, indeed, train for combat.